Okay, so we're going to do a meditation now. So don't be driving. Find a comfortable place to sit. Don't operate any heavy machinery. Don't try to do math during this. I don't want to be responsible for you forgetting to carry the one. I told you I was a little sleepy. I get a little punch drunk when I'm a little under-rested. Yeah, so find a comfortable place and just settle in. Close your eyes. Just get here and be amused. Let's start out with a little amusement, a little fun, a little vibration of lightness. Why not? And in this season of back to school, let's make back to school fun, light, easy. So be in the center of your head, sitting quietly wherever you are. Get a drink of water if you haven't already. Nestle back and put your attention as a point of light behind your eyes and in between your temples. Imagine your bubble, your aura, your energy field, your personal space. Imagine your bubble around you in all directions, about 3 feet over your head, 3 feet to either side, 3 feet front and back, 3 feet under your feet, and connecting into that tube of light, your grounding cord. Create a grounding cord, an energetic connection between the base of your spine, through the chair that you're sitting in, through the floor, through the floors of the building you're in, through all the layers of the earth, and ground that tube of light all the way down to the center of the earth. And the center of the earth, let's imagine, is a lawn or a meadow, and see that tube of light really ground into that earth in the center of the earth. And be in kindergarten space, literal kindergarten space. Feel free to color outside the lines, raise your hand and ask questions. You can't do this wrong. So in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble, create a bubble on the outside of your bubble, maybe about the size of a beach ball. And in that bubble, just write the words back to school. And we're going to use that phrase to encompass all those things that we just spoke about, that we reference. All of those considerations, whether you're a parent, a student, a teacher, an administrator, a school bus driver, someone who drives past the school or lives next to a school. Let's give this concept of back to school the healing, the love, the direction, the higher vibration that it deserves. There's so many functions of school in addition to learning, obviously, but there are the social elements, making friends, learning how to listen, following direction, learning conflict resolution, developing your social skills. So all of those things that are of consideration for back to school, see them in that bubble. Everything that's meaningful to you in your experience for back to school. If it's a happy occasion, if it's a worrisome occasion, if it's an expensive occasion, if you have multiple children, different schools, all those things that are meaningful to you in regard to back to school, put in that bubble. And make sure that bubble is hanging out in space on the other side of your bubble. It's on the outside of your bubble where you can have a good neutral look at this information. And give that bubble, give it its own grounding cord. Give it its own tube of light to connect to the center of the earth. And let that tube of light, that grounding cord on the bubble that represents back to school, let it ground off anything that's uncomfortable, anything that's scary, anything that's worrisome. You can have concerns, you can have things to do, but you can frame it in a way that it's not a worry. Ground off any fears, any unconsciousness, and take your time on the unconsciousness. It's 2022. We want our children to be as conscious and as present as possible. They're our future. They're our little creators. So as you're grounding off any energies, anything you do not want to experience this year, back to school, traffic jams, running out of school supplies, cranky parents. Just ground that energy off. Someone once said, I don't fight traffic, because whenever you fight traffic, you're asking it to fight you back. I prefer to flow with traffic. So if you're driving your kid or your kid's in a bus lane, imagine that you're flowing and it's easy to get your child from home to school and from school back home. And in this bubble that represents back to school, certainly put the year whenever you're listening to this, but feel free to put the day and date that you're listening to this meditation. bring this healing into present time for you, your students, and those affected. And as you continue to ground out unconsciousness and any elements that make back to school uncomfortable or stressful, I invite you to start thinking about things, concepts that will make the school year pleasant, fun, easy, enjoyable, something that you and your kids look forward to, are enthusiastic about, or you want to go instead of have to go. So what are those considerations? Do you want you and your kid to feel safe? Do you want them to be conscious and raise the consciousness? Even in little kids, they know what consciousness is. Do you want them to have certainty? That concept of you might not know something in the moment, but you are certain you can pick it up. You're certain that you can learn. You're certain that you can make friends. You're certain that you'll have lunch when you need it. You're certain that there'll be help when you ask for it. And any of other, myriad of things that you would want to feel certain about. Can you open up your applesauce? Certainly. Can you tie your shoes? Certainly can. Maybe invite some confidence. Confidence and certainty are different. They sure work nicely together. Maybe some enthusiasm. Maybe some ease. What do you want your back to school experience to be? Maybe you want it to be affordable. Maybe you want to attract some aid of some sort. Or maybe you're blessed and like to share some of your blessings. Maybe you'd like some cooperation, sense of community, sense of reverence. Teachers work really hard. They're there to share, teach, learn, guide. Having a level of reverence for the process. Having a level of reverence for the kids that are going to school. That's a big thing. And their experiences in school can be pivotal to their life and their life choices. So the more consciousness you bring to every day, to every moment, the more likely you will be to have success, to have happy kids, have healthy kids, emotionally, mentally healthy, spiritually healthy. Maybe put some comprehension in there. It's just information. It's fifth chakra, right? Fifth chakra is about sharing information, but it's also about taking in information. So if our kids have a wide open fifth chakra, they can ask questions when they need. They can speak up and answer the teacher when they said, who's got some feedback? But they can also absorb that information Even if mentally it's not perfectly clear, if their fifth chakra is wide open, whatever information is there to share will come in and be useful so that the student can then replay the information for a test or for a project or to tutor someone else who needs help in a subject. In that bubble that represents back to school, maybe you'd like to put the concept of friendship, kindness, understanding, sharing, sportsmanship, generosity, havingness, amusement, health. We'd like all our kids to be healthy and not have to use those sick days. What else? What other positive qualities do you want in your back to school energy concept for the year, for this day? What do you want for your kids? What do you want for your family? What do you want for your community? From today till the last day of school, imagine that there's gold lighting your kids' path from home to school, from class to event, back to school night, school plays. Imagine that there's gold energy around all of those events and all of those transcriptions. Everything is easy, protected, beautiful. And what do you need as parents of school-age kids? Do you need some prosperity? Do you need some grounding? Are you rejoicing and having some free time? What kind of healing do you need as a parent in your back to school reality? What do you need? Do you need grounding? Feeling comfortable that your kids are learning, making good choices, making friends, evolving as humans. What do you need as a parent? Go ahead and put that in your bubble that represents back to school. Doesn't matter how big or how small, or what community back to school is in your universe. And maybe take a moment to imagine your nights before a school day. Maybe see how easy it is to Have your kids do their homework, have dinner, perhaps bathe, set their clothes out. You can even imagine what your daily life is going to look like for this school year. You can set an intention. And you can do this practice daily for just a few moments. Spend a few moments thinking about the night before school. How do you want it to look? What kind of ease and grace and peacefulness do you want to experience? And then when you're ready, perhaps set an intention for the morning of a school day, back to school. Perhaps you can set an intention of how easily you and your kids will get up, what your process will be. And you can map it out, and it can have a level of organization and a level of flow that maybe you didn't experience last year. And it can be easy, and it can be fun, and it can be organized bliss. How does it look in your universe? School mornings, back to school. How would you like it to look? How would you like it to feel? It could be a lovely dance, an energetic flow where everything is easy. You can set an intention for any element of the school year that you choose. Perhaps send some ease, some grace, some flow to the administrative process of school. School openings, school closings. When do you get your grade cards? When do you get breaks? When do you pick up your kid? Perhaps set an intention or send some love and grace, peace to the administrative process of school. There are a lot of moving parts to teaching our children. Let's allow that to be easy. Fully staffed, well paid, easy communication, effortless teaching. What if the school and the school year was blissfully educational, informative, fun? What if it was all easy, almost effortless? It could be. Send that request out to the universe. And again, personalize this for whatever you need in your unique situation with your child or children. Or if you are the student, how do you want your school year to look? what's going to make it easy and fun, informative. It's going to help you to be the best student. You can get the most out of school. Just picture it and put it in that bubble. And know that you can do this meditation anytime, any place, anywhere. And you can edit your request to the universe and add or subtract, multiply. And you can change this depending on your circumstance. Maybe you're a college student going back to school, getting that degree. Whatever back to school means for you, let's make this year, this back to school, the easiest, the funnest, the most engaging, the most meaningful year so far. And when you're ready, take that bubble that represents back to school and release the grounding cord down to the center of the earth. And let that bubble, with all of your intentions for the next school year, for back to school, for you and your family, let it float off to the universe so that the Supreme Being can fill your order, so that you can start experiencing back to school exactly as you'd like. And while you're sitting here, quiet, grounded in the center of your head, having just given a most glorious mock-up for back to school for this school year, in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble, go ahead and release anything in your space or in your physical body that says you can't have this wonderful school year as easily and beautifully as you just mocked up. Release any resistance. Release any invalidations. Let's say you're not smart enough or you're not capable enough. Of course you are. Release anything that won't let you have a wonderful back to school. And while you're sitting here, grounded in the center of your head, in your bubble, prepping for back to school in your universe, create a bubble over your head. Make it at least as big as your own aura bubble. And put a magnet. That's the first letter of your first name. For example, my name is Cynthia, so I will put a giant C in my bubble that's over my head. And the C is magnetic. And I will intend that it's going to call back all of my energy from wherever I've left it. If I left it in school from last year or yesterday or back in high school. If I left any energy at my job or at a friend's house or where I was on vacation. Wherever you've left any of your energy, go ahead and call it back. Call your energy back for you. And when you're ready, put whatever positive qualities you want more of in that bubble. grace, confidence, certainty, prosperity, ease, amusement, body level healing, validation, consciousness. Whatever positive qualities you need, you want, draw it into that gold bubble over your head with your energy. And in a moment, take an imaginary finger and pop that bubble and start to fill in your own physical body with this gold energy. Fill in with that grace and validation, the energy that you've called back. Start filling in the top of your head. Fill in the center of your head. Fill in your face, your neck. Fill in your throat. And really, really fill in your fifth chakra, your ability to take in information and share information. Fill in your torso, your arms, all the way down to your fingertips. Fill in your shoulders, your upper back, your chest, your side body. Fill in your belly, your low belly, your low back, your hips, like warm honey, filling in your physical body with all this beautiful energy. Fill in your legs all the way down to your feet and toes. And any extra energy, fill in your bubble. So it's all about you, grounded in the center of your head, in your bubble, and all these positive qualities, having called back your own energy and having created a wonderful mock-up for back to school. When you're ready, open your eyes, take a big deep breath, stretch, and come back to the room. You were really wiggly there.
I was very wiggly. I had a kitty cat on my lap that was very wiggly. And I was trying to kind of push him a little bit, and then finally things just fell, and it just,
That's fine. Does that make you feel a little
back
bit
to
more at ease for your back to school?
Absolutely. And actually, I've got everyone calling downstairs. We're about to head out to the big open house. So, yes.
I'd like to get a report back. See if it's a little bit.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. I will absolutely. I will send pictures.
Mm-hmm.
She's already picked out. She changed her outfit, it looks like, for her open house. So she's ready to go.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. She is ready to go. So I will let you know how the big first day goes in her open house. Hopefully we'll get to meet her teacher.
Check.
Yes. Yes, she is ready. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Laura, I appreciate you too. This is Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast.
Out. Bye, guys.
See you later. Bye.